Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Rum. Today we are looking at our first affordable watch and first giveaway for 2023. Today we are looking at the HNATUY Hero EP09-3. Now, I'm not really sure if HNATUY is the way to actually pronounce this word right here, but that's how I'm going to refer to it, or I'm just going to call the watch the Hero. Now, this is a more affordable watch, and I say that because this is well under $100 in the price range, and this is from a company called Ditto that deals with a lot of watches, to include the Alto 8, which I will link right here, which was a pretty badass watch if you ask me. Now, that's on the more upper echelon of the range of their pricing, and this is on the lower end. Now, this watch would be something I would consider more of a fashion style watch, and if you're just getting into the watch community or wearing watches, maybe this would be a good one for you to look at. All that being said, if you want to win this watch, watch to the end of the video and I'll give you guys what you need to do to win this watch in the first giveaway of 2023. Now let's talk about the watch I have in this box right here. Now again, this is the Hero EP09-3, and this is going to be a quartz chronograph. Now the one I have here has a black coating around the 316L stainless steel case, and it does have sort of a nice, cool, racy vibe. It's a more modern aesthetic, and it's slightly larger on the diameter, which also fits in with more of the modern aesthetic. Now, the diameter of this watch is going to be 44 millimeters, and the sad thing is the lug width on this is going to be 22 millimeters, so there's no way I can put on a chase strap. Yes, chasestraps.com, that's my watch strap company. No way I can put on a chase strap because all of those straps are 20 millimeters at this time, simply because I'm trying to grow the company. If you guys are interested in an awesome watch strap, check out chasestraps.com, link down in the description. Well, this has 22 millimeter lug widths, which you can still replace with anything else, but the rubber strap applied is not bad at all. In fact, it's nice, thick, and even though it's nice and thick, it's still supple. Yes, that's what she said, nice, thick, and supple, and it actually fits around the wrist quite well. One of the things about this watch that I realized when I picked it up, I expected it to be slightly more tinny, like maybe a cheaper movement watch. And I say cheaper because the movement watches overall are cheaper in their quality of construction, but this feels even better than one of those. You can pick up movement minimalist watch for over $100, and this is going to be half that cost, and it has weight to it like, you know, a higher quality watch. They say the case on this is 316, solid 316L stainless steel, which is good to see, especially at this price point. Now, it does have a quartz movement inside. You wouldn't expect anything like a mega quartz or an automatic movement, but it does have a standard quartz movement. The dial on this watch is just a plain black dial, but it does have some really cool vertical grooves or vertical sort of texture that creates lines that run down it, which actually give it a nice three-dimensional look. The subdials on this are slightly recessed, and you see that it actually has a hand at the 6 o'clock position, which this is one of those things where I don't know why they did it this way, but they did do it this way. And if I were to tell them to do it a different way, this is what I would say. Now, the subdial at the 6 o'clock position is the timing second, but the second hand that ticks around, that's normally the timing second, is just a second hand that's ticking. Now, if they wanted to redesign this watch in a way that's gonna appeal to more people, it is not to have a ticking massive second hand, but it's to use that as the timing second hand, like most watch companies do, then have the ticking second hand as a subdial, because it's less noticeable that it has a tick as opposed to the giant second hand that's ticking. Now, a lot of people don't mind quartz watches. A lot of people don't mind mecha quartz watches, and they would prefer them over automatic watches. But the people in the automatic camp, or the people who like the mecha quartz movements that are, you know, sort of in between, don't like that ticking second hand, and I think that that is a major flaw in the design, is to use a timing subdial, which is hard to read in the first place. and have that as the second instead of the actual center second hand as the timing second hand. To me, that didn't really make any sense, but they did it anyway. Now, the other subdials offer a 24-hour at the 3 o'clock, and then you can see over at the 9 o'clock, it's just a simple hour. So this allows you to time for up to an hour and 1 minute. Really, that's basically any Pagani design or anything similar in the price range that uses Mecha Quartz or Quartz. You're only going to have basically those 3 subdials. Now, again, the subdials I think are kind of rearranged in a way that isn't advantageous for actually timing something, but basically this is going to be just a fashion watch anyway. That being said, the dial is pleasing to the eye. It actually looks very good. Now, the printing just above the 12 o'clock looks great. The indices are raised up above the rest of the dial, so it gives it a nice three-dimensional look. And like I said, the subdials are slightly recessed, which also give it that nice dimensional look of a higher valued and higher quality watch. And then you have the date window just slightly to the south of the 4 and 5 o'clock position. Not really centered, but honestly, that's something that's hardly noticeable to the eye. It is there. They do offer multi-functions to this watch, and I think that it's not bad for the price point of just over 50 bucks. This watch does have a mineral crystal, and it doesn't have a sapphire crystal, but at its price point, you wouldn't expect it to have a sapphire crystal anyway, so a mineral crystal isn't really that bad. In fact, I can say that a family member of mine just purchased their husband a Movement Phantom watch, a Movement Phantom watch for $250. And I can tell you that the stuff on this watch that's $50 matches almost exactly, which is what she spent. I can tell you that the details on this watch, the 50 meters of water resistance, the mineral crystal, the quartz chronograph movement, all match the $250 Phantom Movement watch that this family member bought her husband. So this is one of those things I'm talking about. You're getting quite a bit of watch if you want something like a Phantom watch. If you want something like a fashion watch, you're getting quite a good watch for 50 bucks instead of buying something like a Vincero or a Movement. So if you're watching this video and you're asking yourself, man, I really want to watch, but I don't have a lot of money, and I really like those fashion watches I see blasted in my face on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube from all these influencers, well, those are like $100 and that's pretty affordable, you know, and it has a really nice minimalist design. Well, instead get something like this because it's half the price of that, and you can buy 2 of these, and if one breaks, you can still have another one. Or if one breaks, you can send it back to the factory and get it has a warranty on it, so you can send it back if that's the case. There are other options out there, and that's one of the things that I keep telling people. There are so many options out there when it comes to affordable watches that there's no reason to always go towards that fashion brand that pushes their ads out there like nobody's business to make sales. It really does give me a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm sure it gives you the same bad taste in your mouth. Well, honestly, I think that this is a decent, affordable alternative to those fashion watches. This is not an alternative to something like a Pagani design. I would say just buy a Pagani design or buy a Cadison or something similar, especially if you want something with a Mecha Quartz or you want something with an automatic movement that's going to be affordable, buy one of those. But if you can't afford the $150 price point of a Cadison or a Pagani design, then buy something like this. The Hero is not a bad watch. It looks pretty decent on the wrist. Let me do a wrist shot right now. Looks pretty decent on the wrist. The lume is not that great, and it does have a quartz movement, but the battery in the quartz movement lasts like 3 years. So you never really have to replace the battery for the lifetime of the watch. Now, is this watch going to last you forever? No, it's not going to last you forever. It's a fashion watch. It's probably going to last you, 1, 2, 3 years. But by the time that 3 years has gone by and the battery has died, then you, a member of the watch community, now that you're watching All Things Random, which is mostly watches with all things random sprinkled in between, then basically you have already fueled that desire to start moving up and stepping up into different watch tiers. So this could be a great first watch for you, or even just an affordable watch if you want to add to your collection. Now let's talk about how to get this watch for free. Now I did a video in the last video that I said 2023 was going to be the year of giving for all things random. And this is going to be the first watch given away on this channel. Now, how can you be entered in to win this watch? Now, you can just leave a comment down below, be a subscriber, and like the video, and that is it. I don't need you to share the video. I don't need you to do anything extra. All I want you to do is like the video and comment down below. Any comment is going to be, any comment and any like, you got to have those two things, are going to be entered into a randomized giveaway, and then I will pin the winner of this watch to the top of the comment section in 2 weeks. So you need to come back to the video and see that you've been pinned as the winner, and then you'll reach out to me, or I'll reach out to you, and then we'll send some emails back and forth, and then I will send you the watch directly. Now, this is my goal for 2023. My goal is to give you guys, my subscribers, anything I possibly can, because I think that you guys deserve, you know, just for being here, we're growing this community together, and if I can give it away, why not give it away? It doesn't mean anything to me to sell this watch for $20 on eBay, or just let it sit on my desk collecting dust. I might as well give it away to one of you guys. Now, you guys have to participate if you want one of the watches. Now, this is not going to be the only watch. I'll give you an example right here. I'm gonna grab this off my desk. This is a Cadison dive watch, 200-meter dive watch. This is gonna be a watch that is also gonna be given away probably this month, if not the beginning of next month. I also have this awesome $100 wallet from Axwell that I'll also be giving away. I have all this stuff on my desk that if it's under $150 and it is sent to me for free, I will give it away to you for free. The only catch of that is if I have to buy something for $150, I need to kind of make that $150 back because I don't make anything on YouTube. So I probably won't give away that watch. I'll probably leave it down below in my watches I've reviewed, where I'll try to resell it for half off on my eBay account. So if it's a watch that I purchased myself for $150, well, it'll be down below for probably $75. And if you really like the watch, well, you can pick it up for half off, and you can watch the review, the honest review of the watch itself, and then have it on your wrist. Now, what do you guys think about this concept for 2023? Really want to grow this channel. I really want to grow this community as best as I can. I want to create a solid community where we can communicate back and forth because it's important to me. If you guys leave a comment, I always respond to every single comment. It doesn't matter if it's a video from 3 years ago or from 3 months ago. I will always respond. I'm sure that that's going to change if at one point in the future I ever reach the magical 100,000 subscribers and I'm getting thousands of comments. I may not be able to keep up, but I will always do my best to respond to every single comment. Now, those 3 things I always end the video in. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment of the content you guys want to see, because this is all things random, mostly watch stuff with some random stuff sprinkled in between. And make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell, ding, 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 so that you can be notified when I drop these videos that are going to have all of these giveaways. Now, I will see you in the next one, and maybe your name will be pinned in 2 weeks. So check back, and I'll see you later.